yo, welcome back to our podcast. You heard what I said. I'm JP. As always, I got my brothers with me, Dwight and Latif. What up?
What up?
Good evening. How are you?
Wonderful, sir.
And joining us, we have our first ever female guest. She goes by many names, but on today's episode, we will call her Michele. How are you, Michele? And thank you very much for joining us.
Well, thank you for inviting me. I'm glad to be here.
I appreciate it. You did kind of bully me into putting you on here this week, but it's all good.
Bully people on a regular basis, you'll be all right.
Yeah, I look at it as a persuasion, and we needed a female voice on here to switch it up a little bit. So thank you very much for being that female voice for us.
No problem.
Absolutely. So we're just gonna, as always, we all love music. So I just we've all had a chance to sit with a couple of these albums that have been released. Donda and Certified Lover Boy, Kanye and Drake, respectively. I finally got a chance to listen to Donda. I'll start with Donda.
Okay.
I think Dwight, it was when was it, last week? You posted something in our chat about why didn't he just drop the album without all this pomp and circumstance, all this extra, the performance pieces. Like, I get it to some degree, but just drop the album. And then once I heard the album, I heard a lot of opinions before. For both sides. I heard it was great. I heard it was trash. I'm not the Ye fan I once was. I'm gonna say that.
Like what?
Production wise too. Forget all the extra shit. Some of the stuff is, and there's like 8 producers on one song. Come on, B. What are we really doing?
I was looking at the liner notes, like, who are these people? First of all,
I get it, but
and they getting checks.
That's true, because they know it's gonna sell.
I think that's where the root from that was. Like, I'm gonna make sure.
A lot of producers don't list nobody that work.
This is true. The album as a whole, though, like, once I finished it, I wasn't in a hurry to go back to a certain song at all. That's how I do a lot of albums. After I hear it through all the way once, then I go back to the ones that really caught my ear and then go back, listen to it again or whatever. But after this, I was kind of like, I don't know. It was okay. It wasn't as bad as some people made it out to be either, but it wasn't like, yo, this is one of his better albums. I can't even say that.
I think it wasn't what I was expecting. Like, I think because of you, I heard some of the features and stuff on it. I was like, all right, well, maybe he going back to, the early 80s. And don't get me wrong, I wasn't looking for College Dropout yet. I was just looking for, I thought he was going to give me a little bit more, I guess the term for it is secular music. And to me, the album was 90% gospel. Not that it was a bad thing, because I thought it was a good gospel album. That's something you want to listen to. But it wasn't what I was expecting. Like, I'm expecting a little bit. If you got Conway on your album, you know what I'm saying? I'm expecting a little bit more from that, especially since I'm a fan of his. I was expecting a little bit more. That being said, it was cool. You know what I mean? To me, it sounded like a lot of the songs were the same, and maybe because it was that organ that they were using in the gospel songs. It seemed like that organ was in. There was 27 songs on there. Yeah. It seemed like the organ was in 20 of them. You know what I mean? So it was like, it was cool, but it was like a lot of songs sounded the same. So, that's not probably an album I would go back and listen to a lot.
Right. I think a lot of the backlash from it is because of the content. I think if you put out that same album, they was talking about guns, drugs. I think it's a totally different. People mad because that Andre 3000 verse is cut off. And he took it off because of the content. The verse is incredible. Everybody's like, why ain't this going on the song? Chris Brown joint too. It was the content.
But like, Andre 3000's verse, it didn't sound like it was content that would be edgy.
Nah, he talked about calling himself big dick nigga and talk about fucking in the back of the church and shit.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
That.
I think it's because of the content. Like when it dropped, like I've listened to it fully like 3 times. Like when I put albums on, if I'm driving and I don't skip something, like if I'm driving, I don't skip nothing on that. And I can go through the list. It's like I love it.
See, and I
love
can
it.
appreciate that.
Interesting.
It could grow on me. Could. What about you, Michele? Did you listen to it? What you think?
Kanye's album I haven't listened to. I listened to Nas' new album and I listened to Drake's new album. I spent most of the time on Drake's, and I was like rating every song, and I was like, yeah, I don't think I see anything above a 5 here. Like, you know, I mean, maybe it's me, maybe because I'm a little older, a little bit more mature. I don't want to hear about, you know, the same champagne poppy type stuff. It lacked content for me. So if you're saying Kanye's album had content, it probably would appeal to a certain audience like myself, church going, believer, you know, love gospel music. And if that's what you want to ride out to, that would probably be, you know, a great fit. But for me, you know, out of listening to the two that I did, it's Nas all day for me. And that could just be because that's my era.
Okay.
Nas album is better too. And like I said, I'll admit that I may be biased a little bit. You know what I'm saying? maybe even more than a little, you know, when it comes to Nas. You know what I mean? But I liked King Disease, the first one that came out last year. And I really like that. That was, we won a Grammy with that, right?
Yeah. We all said Freddie Gibbs' album was better.
Freddie Gibbs' album was way better.
I thought Freddie Gibbs' album was better, but it wasn't like we thought that Nas shouldn't have been nominated either.
We say he shouldn't have won.
But I'm sure that Freddie, like you said, T, you're talking about content. I'm sure that people wasn't going to listen to Freddie Gibbs talking about selling drugs for 15 records and he won a Grammy off that. Those things we just don't see. Now, I think that Nas's album, King's Disease 2, is better than the one he put out last year and got the Grammy on. I think it's a lot better, to be perfectly honest. And I loved the one last
year. Yeah, you know what? Nas,
right.
man,
I mean, I liked it, but
yeah, Nas is
right to me.
I love Nas as an artist, man, but you know his biggest flaw is his selection of beats. It's always been his flaw.
Now, when I brought that up before, y'all was telling me I was old man shit because
that's bullshit. I never said
no,
that.
we never said. We always said that.
Let me finish. When he first got announced that he was doing the thing with Hit Boy, and I wasn't real familiar with Hit Boy's music, right? And I'm like, all right, well, I'll see. And I listened to the first one. I'm like, you know what? Y'all was right. I really like it. Compared to this last album to this album, Beats is much better. Much better, I'm thinking. I'm surprised that Nas picked the beats that he picked, because I think that he got a deficiency when it comes to that.
I'm not sure if he had 100% in picking them. I think Hit Boy gave him a selection of 3 dope beats.
That's even more reason why the beats now should be better.
Pick one of these dope beats.
I mean, the joint.
That's even more reason why it should be better this time.
The joint was. I mean, there's some joints on it. I don't know if I'd say it's better than the last one.
Yeah.
But there's some joints on there for sure. The joint with Lauryn Hill is incredible to me. I love that joint.
Yeah. I don't like excuses and shit, but I like it.
She's saving souls.
You defending her?
She out here saving souls. You know, she's busy.
You're late. Show up on time. Just show up on time.
Listen, I remember the time me and my wife, we went to go see Lauryn a couple years ago downtown, and she was like 2 hours late, right? And when she got there, she sat down through at least like 4 or 5 songs, and she sped through the songs. She got there so late that the people there were cutting off the lights while she was still performing, because they got a certain time that they shut down there.
Yeah,
like, it was just I was like, yo, never again, B. Like, never again. But it's funny that she addressed it in that song. I thought it was funny, like, because we're not alone in this. Like, it's a general consensus that Lauryn Hill is late for all her fucking shows.
Her own shows.
I love Lauryn's music. She can't get $5 out of me though. She can go on national TV and swear on a stack of whatever she believes in that be there on time. She can't get no dough out of me.
She got to be on the show with somebody else.
Yeah, exactly. Right. I wish I saw her and Nas on tour when they did a little short tour. You know, I thought that might have been cool. Going to see her by herself, she ain't got a shot.
Did Maxwell replace her on that tour?
Replace her?
What you mean?
No, not on that tour. I think they just did like 10 days.
They just did another tour, okay? Because I went and saw them.
Oh,
okay. Nas and Maxwell?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's get out there. You gotta respect it.
Yeah.
I forgot he did that tour with
I
Max.
would not pay any money to see a Lauryn Hill concert, but Mary, I would go any day.
Mary,
She's
show
on
up.
the show.
Yeah.
Yo, Latif loves the way Mary sings. Tell us the
Me
way.
too. I sound just like her.
Tell us how much you love Mary J. Blige's voice.
Oh,
Mary's gotten better.
Don't go down there.
Early Mary could not sing. It's a fact.
That's a fact.
We all know this.
That's a
A
fact.
fact, not sing.
Michelle,
Not,
could she
not
sing?
great.
Could early Mary sing?
I sing just like her.
Can
Okay.
you sing?
You don't get paid
Exactly.
to sing.
So that's why we love Mary, because we sound
Thank you.
like her. Okay.
Thank you.
When we sing her song,
Thank
we all sound just
Redemption.
like Mary. Okay.
Wow, I didn't know that people thought like that about Mary.
Yeah.
Really?
Sing.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I heard the Mary Faith comparisons. I always thought that, I always knew, not even thought.
It's not close.
Right. Yeah,
I
it's
always
not
knew
close.
that. Yeah, it ain't even close with her and
Yeah,
Faith.
it's not.
No, you from the hood, you a hood chick, you come from the neighborhood, and you try to sing your song, and you're singing, and you sound just like Mary. Okay.
Yeah.
You can't sing,
Faith from the same neighborhood me and you from.
heart out together.
Faith from the same neighborhood me and you from.
No,
It's the
but
same,
Faith can
though.
sing in a different category than Mary. She might not have the appeal that Mary has to the average person, but she could sing, very well.
Yeah.
Even looking at a Beyonce, I can't sing like Beyonce. I don't sing along with Beyonce. When Beyonce sing, I just let her sing. But Mary, every song she sing, I'm singing with her. It sound just like
Y'all
her.
think Beyonce can really sing like that?
Yes.
She's not Jennifer Hudson, but she can sing.
Right.
Her tone is better than Jennifer Hudson's. I'd rather hear Beyonce sing anything over Jennifer
okay.
Hudson.
Let's see.
Okay.
Okay, so we go. Who else are we putting up against Beyonce now? Since she's soul singer, soul
Yeah,
from the depths of
I
her
don't,
soul, like,
I don't get that from Beyonce.
right.
Not
But she
saying
can
that
sing though. She can sing.
She
can
definitely can sing.
She can
I think
sing.
she can sing better than people gave her credit for. But do I give her like the
Can she sing better than Faith to you?
hell no.
I think she has more range and a stronger vocals than Faith. Faith has a nice voice, but over time, her voice has worn down. And Beyonce,
It's the drugs though.
I'm not saying it's hard. I'm just saying.
I'm trying to think about in her prime Faith. Could
Yeah.
What's that movie that they was in with Jamie Foxx? Jennifer Hudson had the big song.
Dreamgirls.
Beyonce had the other joint. That's other solo.
Cadillac?
Yeah.
Right?
No.
Yeah. Was it Cadillac
Okay.
Records?
Oh no, that was Cadillac Records. That was another movie.
Okay.
Dreamgirls.
No, I remember
Dreamgirls, you talking about Dreamgirls? Huh? Jennifer Hudson.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
People
I know the
forget
other
that
song
song
you
that she
talking about.
sung.
Yeah, that was a big record. That was a
Yeah.
big record. Yes, I forgot the name of the song. It's like one word song or whatever.
Yeah.
You think B sings better than Jasmine Sullivan?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
No.
I'd say that.
No.
Like,
But see, it's
like Kiki
not-
Wyatt. She's not
They
like
sing
Kiki Wyatt.
differently.
What
You know
about,
what I'm saying?
what
Beyonce
about,
doesn't sing the same raunchy type of stuff that Jasmine Sullivan sings. I mean, if you like soulful
I'm
music,
talking about the
listen
voice,
to Layla
Yeah,
James.
the voice though.
If you
It's-
like, but
it's-
there's different types of voices. So like, if you like soulful, raspy voices, you'll listen to like Layla James. If you like girly voices, you might listen to Beyonce. You want something a little stronger, you'll listen to Jennifer Hudson. And like that's what Dwight and I was talking about earlier about that, like 100%. Like that 100, like who's the best? Who's the 100? Like who's the top? There's only 100 degrees, right? We were talking about that. And I was saying like there's 100 degrees. And no matter how many days there are, it's still going to only be 100 degrees, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can have 10 100-degree days. You're still going to have somebody that if you added up the most desired qualities of a female singer and the most desired qualities of a male rapper, that there would be somebody that would rise to the top popularity wise or based on your algorithm. So there cannot be more than one top, right? But there can be a top for me. There can be a top for you because I use a different algorithm than you use. The things that I like are different than what you like. So then therefore, that does not mean that they're not all top, but they're top to the individual. But you would have to do a collective survey to determine that algorithm for the collective whole to say, okay, Michael Jordan was a top basketball player or Biggie was the best rapper. But who's done that? Nobody. So we all argue about it.
Tyler, the Creator, had a great explanation when it came to that. And he was like, everybody listens to stuff differently.
Yeah.
And stuff that they like differently. Like Chief is a melodic guy. right? Teeth is like how this whole entire song made.
Whole thing.
Yeah, the
transitions to the next song, sequencing.
I'm more focused on the lyrics. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to say, okay, damn, I got to rewind what he said. You know what I'm saying? Teeth is like that too, but it ain't just that. Like my lyrics weigh a little bit. My thought on lyrics weighs a little bit heavier than his doing. He may be a little more equal. He needs to cross that. Knowing John like I do, it's not that he doesn't think lyrics are important, but if the track ain't right, he can't even rock with it. You know what I'm saying? To take him, all the way off of that. And I think what Tyler was trying to say is everybody listens to, they may listen to one thing, but there may be 8 different aspects of that particular thing that you decide that you want to like or you gravitate to. You know what I'm saying? So you can't tell another person, well, that's not good. Nah, I heard something totally different from what you heard. And what I heard was incredible. Just because you was listening, you might have been listening for something else when you listened to it. And that made me look at, and he 20 years younger than me. You know what I'm saying? But it made a lot of sense. And that was a very mature way to look at people, and even when it comes to arguments, I mean, we're gonna argue about music, sports, and stuff like that forever. That kind of makes our community, go around. But you should be able to respect everybody's reasoning for why they like or dislike anything. You know what I'm saying? There's something that person is looking to and that person focuses on more than maybe me or anybody else. And, I think you kind of learn from that a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You learn to look at different aspects of something when there's somebody else who is focused on something totally different from what you were focusing on. You know what I mean? That's why I like talking to you and John about music, because y'all make me think about something different. You know what I mean? Other than that. And I'll give stuff a chance that I wouldn't have gave a chance, because I'll say, you got to listen to this and listen to this thing, or listen to this particular song, listen to how they did this in the song. And when I hear that, it actually opens up my mind a little bit, and I don't close it off no more, and allows me to let more stuff in. You know what I mean?
It's like when we went to school and we went down there and we went to DC and we come from Jersey, New York. And I'm like, what the hell is a go-go? Where you going? Like, ew, I leave the room when they start playing that music. We used to go to Hammerjacks and they start playing that go-go music. And I'm like, oh no, we get out of here.
What a Baltimore club.
Rap room, because we're part of our environment and how we're raised. You're used to certain beats. Like, I like piano beats. I like guitars. I like soulful music. I like lyrics. So that music, Soul Child, Erykah Badu, that speaks to me, where somebody else is like, oh, I hate that Erykah Badu. I like just the regular pop music, like music. And I just think that we have so many different music, types of music or genres of music, that we have many different choices and we don't all choose the same thing. But then we sit up there and, go back and forth and be like, okay, well, who's the best this and who's the best that? Well, it depends on what you like, because you might not like a raspy voice. You might not like a soprano. You might like an alto who has range and can hit those Mariah Carey notes. So I just think that, it's situational.
No, I agree. I think, for me, when I hear music, of course, like Dwight said, I always hear if the beat ain't right, I can't really rock with it, because for me, it got to appeal to me, because the lyrics are important, but you're doing these lyrics through the art form of music. So that appeals to me first. And then I'll get around to what you're saying, and that probably, but it's how you say it with the music that makes all the difference to me. You know what I mean? So, I mean, like you said, people listen to it for different things, and I definitely can appreciate that. But that's why there's always these arguments. These arguments will always, it's just a fun thing. Like,
but do you listen to like good rock music?
No, on consistent.
Do you listen to good salsa?
Not really, not on the consistent basis. Absolutely not. Absolutely.
But then
not.
It's not about the music; it's about the music you like. Type of music.
And that was kind of what Tyler was saying. Like,
but if I heard that music that appealed to me, if it's rock or salt, I'm gonna like it. Right. Absolutely.
Yeah, I like certain rock songs.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's the best rock
if
song?
I'm exposed to it, yeah. What'd you say?
What's
the best rock song you like?
The best rock song I like?
Yes.
Is Hall & Oates rock?
Soft rock. Like,
I don't know what it's.
A couple Aerosmith joints I like.
Yeah,
it might be R&B on some of these shits.
I mean, a lot of times we grew up on that 80s, that pop, that top 40 music, that Bon Jovi, the Tears for Fears, the Police, and the Culture Club, and Level 42 and Pet Shop Boys and stuff like that.
I listened to I listened to Marilyn Manson before, right?
Me too.
And look, a lot of people like he's a weirdo. I never would have thought about this in the Marilyn Manson at all, right?
Right.
But one thing I can respect is a dope band, right?
Yeah.
Marilyn Manson's band,
Yes.
fire.
Yes.
Okay? His band, just like Sade's band. People don't talk about
Sweetback.
Sweetback, right?
Yep. Yep.
And they don't get the recognition that they deserve. Brand New Heavies, another crazy band. Crazy band don't get the. But Marilyn Manson's band, son, is nuts. I can respect the good guitar, the drums, all that. So
love a good guitar.
Yeah, definitely. When I listen to his music, it's sort of like what Tyler was saying. I don't even pay attention to what he's saying. Yo, Marilyn Manson got a song called "The Beautiful People" where he screamed for fucking 4 minutes. I don't pay attention to nothing he's saying.
I like that song.
Yeah, that you know what I'm talking about. That song is fire. That's on my workout playlist.
I think Teen Spirit is one of the best songs of all time.
Oh yeah, that's a good song.
I think Teen Spirit is one of the best songs of all time.
Teen Spirit, and like y'all said earlier, the Tears for Fears, Pet Shop Boys, all them is people that we listened to, and that was kind of our lane. But we talk about this on the thread a lot. When we were younger, especially when we were junior high age and early high school age, we had stations like WKTU that played everything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We would hear Stevie Wonder song, we would hear Hall & Oates, and then we hear Run DMC, and we would hear Bruce Springsteen. You know what I'm saying? Right after, then Michael Jackson, then Rick James, and somebody else.
Right.
I always thought that kind of helped our generation. I always say this: our generation is the best when it comes to music, because we can rock with the music that our grandparents listened to, and we can rock to the music that our kids, or depending on how your age is, your grandkids are.
Right.
That's a 100-something year range.
Yeah.
And not too many people in our lifetime right now have that range. They either don't like none of that old, that old stuff, that old man stuff, or the young stuff is too much for them. And we able, because of the era that we came in, and we came up in, to appreciate different pieces of music. You know what I mean?
I think that still happens now, though.
To that young people rap. First of all, I can't get past how they look, because I'm looking at them like, you look dirty. Your hair.
Have you seen
dirty.
Rick James' band?
You look dirty.
It wasn't dirty.
I didn't watch Rick James either.
It was fancy.
He looked like a pedophile. So no.
No, look, Rick have an all-white jumpsuit on and be walking somewhere with 8 chicks.
Exactly. Prince wore assless chaps.
They all gonna put their mouth on him.
No, thank you.
Prince had his ass out on national TV.
And okay, we love Prince.
And we're home.
That's what I'm saying, though. We can't talk about these young kids the way they dress.
I'm
always
talking about me personally, maybe because of what I do and being around kids. No, comb your hair, pull your pants up, and them jeans are way too skinny. They're way too skinny.
We wore sneakers with no laces.
And we wore construction boots and shorts.
And
glasses with no lenses
in the summertime.
No, I wore shorts and Timbs in a good 20.
No, when I stopped doing that?
When?
1999.
I
was in Miami. Me and my wife, we was in Miami. This is before we got married, though. I'm walking, I got shorts, Timbs on. I run into AJ Calloway.
Of all people.
We talking, and he stopped me like, yo, what you got on, man? It's like, you're my... He's like, yo, you in Miami.
Yeah, AJ question your fashion sense.
He's like, you in Miami. Why you wearing Timbs? And I thought about it. My feet was hot. It was heavy. I'm like, you're right.
What Jay-Z
Never
said.
wore Timbs in the summer since then.
What Jay-Z said, y'all niggas can wear Timbs on the beach if you want. Now don't get me wrong. I'm not a toes out dude either. You know what I'm saying?
Why not?
I just,
I'm not wearing no Birkenstocks. If I'm on sand, yes.
If I'm on sand, of course.
Right. You know what? I'm not a t-shirt in the ocean dude.
I'm not that nigga either.
No, either.
At all. If I go belly, you gonna get all that.
Yeah, like take your. Why you wearing a t-shirt for in the water? What you doing?
No. You get all that belly. And
did y'all know that some people wear underwear with their swim trunks?
I can't do that either.
Yeah, that's
maybe
weird.
it's heavy and they need to hold it in.
That's a little weird.
But they got a little netting.
Yeah.
They got a little netting.
Maybe the netting is strong enough to hold it up. Like maybe it slips out, you know what I'm saying? So they got to put on drawers to hold it in, you know?
That happens.
I mean, that's a good problem to have.
I was in Miami in the water butt ass last time I was there.
Okay.
Nice.
Butt ass. And you know, I love the water in Miami because that shit like 85 degrees. So I'm out there, me and Shorty, I'm like, I'm about to take all this off. I'm like 100 feet out in the water, floating and all that shit. I'm like, I felt free. You know, it's very free. You know,
Yeah.
let it go, man.
If they had a cut off of the nudist spots, it would be cool. But you know, they just
What you mean? If they had a what?
age cutoff.
An age cutoff. Oh,
yeah.
Not just an age cutoff, weight and body mass too. Like you should be able to.
Don't discriminate. Don't look.
No,
nah.
That's why I don't go.
You've never been in the male locker room.
Oh, when you get older, you might want to be on the beach naked with your wrinkles.
You've never been in the male locker room at the local gym.
I've been to the new beach. How about that? And I saw a lot of things, and it didn't bother me one bit.
I've been to the new beach.
That's all right. Do you?
I've been to the new beach, and I was appalled. I've been to 2 new beaches in my life, right? The first time I went to the new beach, I got bamboozled because I'm walking. It's a little path to get to the new beach, right? Mm-hmm. And it's like 3 chicks that's coming. They fire when they walking by. So I'm like, yo, the new beach is really what they said, right? I get through the little path, get the shit open up, and it's fucking Mo that owns the fucking owns the butcher in fucking North Babylon, New York. You know what I'm saying? And he out there, he 280, 5'4", you know what I'm saying? And him and his wife is out there, you know what I'm saying, looking nasty, like they melting and shit. And I'm like, yo, where's the chicks that just left? And I'm thinking they probably left because they seen Mo and his melting ass wife. They didn't want to be here with that. You know what I'm saying? Then I went to one in Puerto Rico, it was the same way. I was like, why are we here again? Like,
I went to one in Jamaica and had a blast. And
maybe they do that on purpose. Maybe you see too much fly shit, you may walk around with the, with the woody. Then you get arrested and all that shit. You look crazy. You're like, hold up, man. Why you here, man? Like, we can't have you here doing all that.
We finished with Drake. We didn't even talk about Drake.
I know. I don't know how we got here, but
because he went on a tangent as usual.
Yeah, we knew that was gonna happen. So, moving back to Certified Lover Boy. Speaking of new beaches.
Look, can I say something? I'm gonna be quiet for 10 minutes while y'all discuss Certified Lover Boy.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, I know I'm lying, but the title Certified Lover Boy, nah.
You tricked me.
I'll move on after that. The actual album cover, nah, again. And I'll move on from that. And we've had this conversation ad nauseum, especially me, you, and John. My biggest problem with Drake is not his skill. Not at all. My biggest problem with him was in our life, like I'm 51. Y'all's in your 40s, right? In our lifetime, and correct me if I'm wrong, the best rapper alive has always been somebody we thought we could hang out with. Always. It's always been somebody we thought was cool, somebody we can hang out with, somebody we wouldn't mind going to see, this, that, and the third. Mm-hmm. It's not that I don't think Drake will have a good concert, because, he got too many.
Concert.
Yeah, he got too many. That's many hits for that. But he just don't seem like somebody I would want to hang with. He don't seem like somebody who would hang with any of us. You know what I'm saying? And not only do you know us as TTC, you know our fringe dudes that we hang out with. There's nobody like him. And when I say him, not nobody who's rich and famous, of course, like that, of course. And we know people like that. It's nobody, like he don't, like, and you're a very big fan of his. I never hear you talk about him in that aspect. Maybe because you're older and shit, because you don't get into that. But I'm like, I always look at it like, he too corny to be the best rapper. But he is. And you know what I'm saying? So, and that's the part that's hard for me to reconcile when it comes to R.B. Graham. The best rapper alive in my lifetime has always been somebody who everybody considered cool. Everybody. Think about it. In our lifetime, son, everybody was cool. I'm talking about going back to Run and Cool G Rap and Kane and like it's a succession of cool niggas that be like, yo, I can see him holding the banner for hip hop. When we look at Drake, we like, this nigga, like
he called himself sexy. I had a problem. Like, what guy calls himself sexy? I was like, he got a song way too sexy. That was rated very low on my scale. I was like,
that joint go.
I just saw the video to that the other day.
I was
just
like,
saw the video to that.
That sexy. Like, no, that's a little too much for me.
And that's and therein lies my problem.
Yeah.
With Drake. It's not that he's not a great artist, because he's a more than great artist. He's an exceptional artist, one of the greatest of our lifetime. I just don't think that he make music for me. You know what I'm saying? Latif sent me.
You're not his demo.
Yeah, you're not his.
He gives you Lucy's.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Latif sent me a playlist a couple weeks ago that was everything I needed from Drake. It's the shit that I don't hear on the radio, the shit that I don't catch by accident, where I'm at like a kickback or something, people are chilling and shit, because you know it's girls in there, so you don't play the real shit. So when T sent me, it was rapping Drake, MC Drake.
Yeah.
Not the certified lover boy. It was a MC dude. I can listen to that Drake all day long.
All day.
All day long.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to the other emotional shit, that is not my bag. And I don't.
But you like it from other people though.
Who? You know me. Who?
You listen to R&B.
He ain't R&B rapper.
Why?
He does both. He sings.
Why?
He sings
Why?
and raps.
See?
Tune.
Both.
Eric Bellinger sings. Eric Roberson sings. Drake carries a tune. That's a totally different thing. I don't look at him as a singer. I look at him as
Total carry tunes too, and they had good songs.
Who?
Total. They could carry a tune too.
Listen,
they got good songs.
If I asked you right now to name the best singing group, it would take you an hour before you got the total.
That's not what I'm saying. That's what
you like their music.
That's not what I'm saying. They had great songs. They had great songs.
You like their music.
They're great singers that don't have great songs.
But listen, Total don't rap. And if Total rapped, I would be like, I want y'all to go back to Can't You See? I don't want to hear none of that other shit.
If it's a good song?
If it's a good song, though.
That's you missed my point. If they weren't rapping on Can't You See? That's my point. Biggie rapped on Can't You See.
What if they made a good rap song?
But they didn't. That's my point.
What if
they didn't. I don't like any of Drake's sing. Let me take it back. I'm not gonna say I don't like any of his singing songs. That'd be a lie, right? I learned, and I told y'all this more than one occasion, the Drake that I learned to like and I was introduced to was a Drake that was rhyming off of Ignorant Shit and Barry Bonds. It wasn't the singing Drake. When I found out he sung, I thought that was a bonus, right? But I don't look at that as a major component of his music. I look at him sing like his melodic, I mean, not as, I look at his melodic part as a major part of his music. I don't look at his skills as a singer being a major part of his music, if that makes any sense. Because I don't think that if you had to say, hey, Drake, he sing like a dude sing in the church. Like he don't sing like somebody, he ain't a Bobby Womack, nobody like that. I mean,
it's no more Bobby Womacks though. It's no more Cisco's, it's no more KC's.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm not, that's what, when I say he's not a singer, those are singers to me. I'm not speaking to y'all. I'm
good singing doesn't make R&B though. That doesn't equate to R&B.
We just talked about Mary.
But don't they sing with auto tunes? Like they use that auto tunes to like sound decent. They don't. It's not their normal voice because it sounds distorted. I mean, Mary back in the day, you heard all her flaws. You heard her voice cracking when she hit those notes. So when these people sing, you hear a falsetto. You don't hear like a false voice, not their real voice. You hear their voice polished and buffed over. And then when they perform, they got the special microphone or they put the special treatment on the microphone so that you don't know what their real voice sounds like. But it's the same thing with they rap. I mean, the one artist, he's on Love and Hip Hop with the light hair. He's a producer. He does a lot of art.
Don't watch that over here, Michele.
Anyway, what's the other one from Miami? He uses a lot of auto tunes. The guy with the dark skin one with the dreads. Come on. T-Pain. He uses a lot of auto tunes in his songs. And he can't he can sing, but he's not a singer. You know,
No, he can sing
But
for real though.
Yeah, he can sing.
No, he does. I see him
No,
sing.
listen, that's the thing. What she said, he can sing, but is he a singer? Like, is that
Right, he can sing.
when we name singers, do we talk about him? That's how I feel about Drake. It's not that Drake can't
No,
sing.
he can't. No, T-Pain can sing for real.
Yeah.
No, I know he can sing for
Right.
real.
Yeah.
Drake ain't in T-Pain class singer.
No.
That's what I'm trying to say. Drake can sing,
Right.
but I wouldn't classify him as a quote unquote.
No,
singer.
we're not saying if he can sing or not. We're just saying he makes good R&B songs.
Yeah, he makes good songs. Yeah, we can.
He's an artist. He's not just a rapper. You said melodic is a big part of his career.
Right.
He's 70% singing for his career.
70%.
70%, yes.
He's 70% of the hits. That's for sure. That's for sure. That's for sure. Of the hits.
Yes.
It's some singing. It's a lot of singing on it.
There's not a hit he has that he doesn't sing on.
Right.
The hook or something.
Pop that.
And why didn't he rhyme on the song with Jay-Z?
I think he just let Jay go. I think that song was out. That was a leak.
Okay.
With just him singing.
I have
we know.
No. I don't think I heard this one before. But I actually think that Drake is intimidated by Jay-Z. Just like nigga, I started off with so let me talk.
So niggas can have a reaction too. Nigga.
No, we didn't ask for a reaction. I'm talking right now.
Nobody gonna ask for a reaction to just come out.
I ain't saying reaction ain't matter. I was talking right now. I said I feel this way, and he said I feel this way. I'm like, nigga, I didn't finish my thought.
I finished your thought.
Okay, yeah. I'll finish your thought again.
Thank you very much. Yeah, let me do that
again.
Let me be the only one. Like I said, I think that. See, y'all got me. See, you fucked it all up now. Now I got the liquor and the weed and all that. Now I lost my thought.
You said Drake is intimidated.
He usually is on here.
I'm just speaking facts, bro. Just speaking facts, baby.
Drake is intimidated by Jay-Z because.
Oh, there we go.
There you go. Come on, I got your back.
I think that Drake knows, not thinks, I think he knows that if you make everything even, I don't think that he could touch Jay lyrics. That's just me. Right? And I think that when the songs that they've been on together, I don't think there's any debate that Jay got him on that. You know what I'm saying? On any of the songs. You know what I'm saying? And maybe that's our bias because we don't hear Jay a lot. So maybe when we do hear him, it's like, oh, Jay killed it now. But I've learned to not go crazy. Just like people that I didn't go crazy over the verse he put on Kanye's album. Teeth doesn't agree, but I thought that was a throwaway. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was lazy Jay. And I've heard lazy Jay a lot. You know what I'm saying? Especially later on in his career. I thought that the verse he put on Drake's album had a little bit more fire behind it. You know what I'm saying? I thought he put a little bit more thought into it. I thought he wanted to say something and he wanted to convey something, and Jay always does his shit, subliminally, so he doesn't, really let us know what it is. But I think that his thing on Kanye's thing was, yeah, I'll do him a favor.
It definitely spoke to his perception of the two. You could see the difference between one is seen as a competitor and the other one seen as like a son, And so I think he's seeing Kanye like, you son, like, so I'm gonna do this for you, I'm gonna do the solid for you, whereas Drake, you a competitor, like, even though you can't come for me, I see you as a little bit of competition, so I'm gonna just let you know what it is.
That's a great observation. I think he did the same thing with Lil Wayne on Mr. Carter. On Mr. Carter, and Lil Wayne figured out after that, you know what, maybe I should leave Jay alone.
Yeah, right.
Maybe I should leave Jay alone. He smashed me on something that had both our names on it. So like, let me leave him alone. I'm gonna go and rock with somebody else. But that's a great observation. I think that maybe he did look at Drake and be like, you know what? You've been sniffing around a little bit with a little something on shit like me and you was equal. I'm gonna let you know right now that me and you ain't equal. That's how I looked at that verse.
Yeah, I don't know though, because like with Pound Cake,
right?
That's Drake's song. He sent that to Jay. Jay did 2 verses. Nobody else is going to let somebody get 2 verses on a song till they won.
Well, he ain't letting anybody get on there. Ain't like he let.
But still, it's his song. He could have said, okay, we're going to use this verse. He's like, no, just both of them going.
That part of speaks
that's respect to me. That's not
respect.
No. Like admiration.
You know what?
This the GOAT. The billboard he put up in New York, the GOAT is on Certified Lover Boy.
But he also said the hometown hero was on Certified Lover Boy when he was in Houston, and nobody looks at Travis Scott as a hometown hero in there.
But when you say GOAT in New York, who are you talking about?
That's true.
Big. Depending on who you ask.
No. Yeah. But we know that he's not on Certified Lover Boy.
Right.
I'm just all I'm saying is depends on who you ask. It's a lot of people out here, surprising or shocking to me, who don't fuck with
Okay, so let me ask you, if you saw that billboard in New York said GOAT is on Certified Lover Boy, you thinking Big is on Certified Lover Boy? That's what you thinking?
Nah, probably KRS-One.
You're a fucking liar.
Nah, you're right. Of course I'm thinking about Jay. I'm not stupid. You know what I'm saying? Of course I'm thinking about Jay.
Yeah,
you know
I'm thinking about Malachi, actually.
Yeah, Malachi. I'm thinking about Mims.
I hate them too.
I'm thinking about Mims.
Some of Primo's best work.
I'm thinking about Mims.
They must have had something to Preem. Had a kid hostage or something. Like.
Hey man, that was his people's.
That's true. That was his people.
That's his people.
The
They actually should send Preem Christmas gifts every year or whatever Preem celebrate. They should send him that because you got some of the best beats that man ever did on that fucking album. And y'all niggas can rhyme your way out of a
wasteful,
soaking wet paper bag. Y'all can rhyme out. And
he should release that as an instrumental.
Yep. Listen, I think I got Superstar, the song, instrumental. I just listen to the beat. I don't even listen to them rapping over it.
But yo, it's so many fire beats on that album. Like, I mean, it's like 8. And like, you gave these niggas, you gave these niggas this. It's one song. I can't remember the name of it. It's my. Listen, I don't listen to the Group Home album a lot, so of course I can't remember the name of it.
Right.
I've listened to it one time.
It's a slow song, like a swing joint. It got the little piano in it. I'm like, you gave this to Lil Dap. I know that's your man and all, but god damn, like, you don't give that to Lil Dap and Malachi. Like, you work with the greatest artists of all time. Son, this beat is crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And it's like 5, like I said, it's like 8 of them on that album.
Yeah, I need to go listen to that album again.
I'm going right to it when we get off of this.
I'm gonna sort my eardrums.
I'm talking about 10 years I haven't heard that album, at least. So I'm going right to it when we finish.
Okay, I don't know how we got to Primo from Drake, but you know.
Latif, as usual.
Talking about beats.
Anyway, so out of those 3, out of Nas, out of Certified Lover Boy, out of Donda, who y'all got? What y'all?
I'm gonna listen to more.
Yeah,
I'm listening to Drake more.
Okay.
I'm listening to Nasir more because the last 2 weeks, Nasir and Westside Gunn been in constant rotation, and I listened to Kanye in its entirety, straight through. Whole what was it? Damn near 2 hours, right?
Hour and a half, something like that.
Yeah, something crazy like that. Listen to the whole shit. It's the same thing. It's the same thing with Drake. And listen, I said this on here before. I want to like Drake because I think he's a great. I think he's a great artist. I really do.
Yes.
It's something about him that just don't. They
don't connect with you. I get it. Son, you think he's super corny, like you said. The greatest rapper alive should be cool to you, right? And he's not cool.
It's not just that. Let me say this, and I mean this, especially since Teeth been on my back and T-Ross, y'all been getting on me about this Drake shit. So I've been trying to go back and listen, right? The songs I heard on Drake's album, this last Drake, could have been on the album 2 albums ago. I feel like it's just been the same thing. It's no growth there. The best MCs to me can change. And this goes back to the thing we were talking about with Styles earlier. there's a lot of different ways to quantify or qualify who you think the greatest is. To me, the greatest rappers are a makeup of maybe 3 or 4 people, right? KRS-One, Jay, Big, and maybe a few other, 1 or 2 guys on it. But the one thing the reason why I will always say KRS-One is he could do everything. He's a perfect MC. Whatever you want. If you want some sing-song shit, he could do that. You want some gangster shit, he could do that. You want some educational shit, he could do that. You want him to switch it up and talk about some reggae shit, he could do that. He could, whatever beat you throw on, KRS can rhyme off. Whatever topic you want, KRS can rhyme off of. He's a perfect MC, to me, right?
Right,
So
but is that different than what you're referring to is an era of MCs?
Not an era.
Rappers.
No. I'm not looking at
rappers
era.
are different than MCs.
I'm looking at the skill of a rapper, what an MC is supposed to do. All right. I think an MC is supposed to be able to rap at least 16 bars off of anything. At any time you ask him to do it. And he should be able to be exceptional at doing that. Right? There's only a few people that fall into that category to me. And the one person that comes to my mind all the time is KRS-One. I think KRS-One is the perfect MC. And the reason why I say that is everybody who's a great MC talks about KRS-One being one of their favorite MCs. Like there is nobody that says they don't like him. Nobody. At least the people who are old enough to have heard him. Now, if you're 30, you might not know about KRS-One, and the way you rhyme at 30 is different from what we expect and what we, are used to hearing at our older or advanced ages, right? But there's nobody who is a rapper that can listen to anything that KRS-One has done, because you can find a song that they can relate to. Like if you look at KRS-One's catalog, if you go from the Migos up into the niggas that is his age, there's a song in his category or his catalog that every one of them can resonate with. Every one of them can get. Every one of them can understand. If you play Love's Gonna Get You and you listen to the lyrics that he said, and he put that out in 1990, you play Love's Gonna Get You, that shit is relevant right now. The same shit he was talking about is relevant right now. And we're talking about a 25-year difference. He is the best MC that was ever created. That don't mean that he's the greatest as far as accomplishments and stuff like that, because he don't got Grammys and all that type of shit. Mm-hmm. He ain't rich and all. Nah, he not. But I guarantee you, there's nobody that does hip hop that if they say, look, put everything in your bank account up against KRS-One in 3 rounds.
But that's part of your algorithm. Like, so in your head, the way your algorithm is set up, that's what you're looking for, an MC type of appeal, whereas with me, I grew up in a similar era. I might be a little younger. But, I didn't listen to KRS-One and Rakim. I didn't discover rap music like that until I went to college and started hearing and was exposed to it. And by then it was
you went to Maryland though. I
didn't listen to rap like that. My parents didn't listen to rap.
You were sheltered right then. That's why you were sheltered around that time.
It wasn't until I got older. So by then I didn't know like the importance of a Rakim or the KRS-One. It was
so. What was your entry point? What was your reference point when you? Yeah.
I would say, what was the one with the high top fade, like Kid and Play? I listened to them.
Okay. Right.
That next era after KRS-One. So what was the one with the curly hair? And he was so cute. And he was from New York and he had a video.
Special ed?
Special ed. No, was it special ed?
I went special ed.
I know he was tall, brown skin. He's like a coolie, like a
special ed. Special ed.
Oh yeah, then that was
I got it made.
Yes, I got it made.
Special ed.
So, but special ed was in the same. Wasn't he in the same?
Nah, he was after. He was after. He was younger. He was younger. Yeah, he was after.
He was in Juice. Remember that?
Yeah.
And then that era, after Kid and Play.
I mean, how many years you think that's apart though?
From what?
It's not a lot, but at that age, a little bit of years is a lot.
Yeah, a little bit of years.
3 years. 3 years can seem like 10.
Long time ago, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
When you're a kid, 3 years, a 3-year difference can seem like 10 years. A 13-year-old to a 16-year-old?
You're in high school for 4 years. That's an eternity.
Right. So
No, I get you that. I understand that, but I'm
so it's
saying
probably it's not a lot of years between special ed and KRS. It's not, but it seems like a lot.
I see.
Right.
I personally don't look at that as a different era because it's not that many years. I just look at that as special ed wasn't on the same level as KRS-One. Like KRS-One level is Kane, Rakim, Kool G Rap, and then there's a big drop off into the next level of Nas, Jay, and Big Kane. You know what I'm saying? There's a big. There's not that there's not good MCs in between that. There's just nobody on those people level. There's nobody on KRS-One, Kane, Kool G level, and then you go down a little bit. You go a few years, and then you got the.
You're talking about just rapping.
Biggie, Jay-Z, and Nas. I'm talking about just rapping.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's on
not songs, not albums, just rapping.
Right. Just rapping.
Okay.
Just rapping. The way let me say this caveat, right? We all have the same kind of requirements or expectations when we rate the MCs that we like, right? They are similar. They may not all be the same, but we understand the technical aspects of MCing and what you need in order to be known as one of the best, right? So it's not gonna, like I said, there were a lot of other MCs in between that time. You know what I'm saying? In between the time I named or around the time, when we get to that second level, around the Jay-Z, Nas's, what's his name? You got the Pharoah Monches, you got some monsters around that time. You know what I'm saying? But that doesn't mean that they were on the same level as them. Now that may be as far, that may be when it comes to overall songs and notoriety and stuff like that. I wouldn't just run out there and say that. And I'm like, no, you got the Monches, you got the Big L's. Like it's a lot of people in that next tier that are great MCs. Okay. And then you got, and I always look at, it's like almost like a pyramid, right? The top of the pyramid, you got the Pantheon, right? You got the greatest MCs ever, right? And there might be 15 niggas in there. I would even put Drake in there. The reason why I couldn't not put him in there is because his resume is just too crazy. You know what I'm saying? I don't gotta like his resume. I don't gotta like any part of his resume. But men lie, women lie, numbers don't. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't take away from him, he's too prolific for me not to put him there. I don't know. Now, I don't know if he's the, as far as like what I deem one of the best MCs as far as like the technical part of it, the words and the wittiness and all that stuff. But then when I think about it and I go back during and listen to that shit that Tiff sent me, I can put him in that category.
He's dumb nice.
Yes, he's nice.
I can put him in that category.
He's nice.
Well, popularity sales can't justify the person.
But that's not.
We're not talking about that.
No, I'm not talking about popularity. I'm talking about what I consider a great MC. I can say he does a lot of that. Right? And
he can.
That don't mean I may not be a fan of his, but that don't mean I can't strip that away and say, okay, do get busy.
Like I'm not a fan of Eminem. I'm not a fan of. I don't have no Eminem albums.
Not one.
Not one. But I know how crazy he is with them lyrics. So I gotta respect that. But I was
thinking about Eminem, and I was like, I said, but there was a whole time where we had a West Coast era in between, where it was Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, The Chronic, and that whole era. That wasn't really our vibe. I mean, coming from where we from, that wasn't really our vibe, but you can't deny that it wasn't hot.
We vibe with that.
Well, no, that's the thing. A lot of people, when I came out here, a lot of people think that we didn't vibe with that. But I be trying to explain to people, when Fuck the Police came out and my name and all that, I remember the SNS mixtape when he first played What's My Name. He was playing it mad fast. It was grainy and all that, but we still got it.
I got a story about that too.
Yeah. And then when they did Deep Cover, and I said I told my man Ruben's a comic, and he used to think, he's like, yo, I didn't know that East Coast dudes. I'm like, no, don't get me wrong. We may not mess with the underground dude that you know. Right. You know what I'm saying? And y'all may not mess with the underground dude that we know.
Right.
But I know y'all rocked with Jay-Z, Nas, Big, you know what I'm saying, the greats. And don't get it twisted. NWA got played a lot
Right.
where we was at. You know what I'm saying?
DLC was nice.
DLC was nice, man. That first the formula,
Funky enough and all that. Yo, we played that shit a
Crazy.
lot. So I told Rube, I'm like, nah, son, we may not know the obscure dude, but no, we knew the dudes that was nice.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? And I'm not expecting y'all to know McGruff. I'm not even, you know what I'm saying? I'm not expecting y'all to know. I'm not even expecting y'all to know Big L, because Big L wasn't known like that. Big L was a New Jersey, New York, Connecticut, maybe a little Philly might have got him. You know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't expect nobody to even know about Big L. But if you don't know, if you don't know that, I see somebody who not one of those three that we named. That's nice. For example, if you was out here and you didn't understand like De La Soul and native tongues and stuff like that.
Right. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like I couldn't understand that part of it because it's like y'all got the same shit. Y'all got the far side, you got, you know, hieroglyphics.
Yeah.
Them niggas is the same as native tongues. They just grew up in California.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're the same things. You know what I'm saying? So if you from our side of town and you can't feel them,
right?
It was like, I don't get that. Cause like how you feel De La Tribe in them, but you don't feel, you know, like I said, the hieroglyphics crew and Dell and them.
Yeah, that's the same.
You know, you gotta be
open
your mind to that. And that's how I felt about the dudes in the South. I had to learn that. It's like I gotta learn that there's nice dudes down there who spit. I guess I gotta learn to get through the accent. Get through the accent and start. That's what made me start listening to Lil Baby and start listening to Da Baby. It's like, oh, these dudes is nice. You know what I'm saying? I just don't get the slang all the time because I'm not from there and I'm an old nigga on top of that. You know what I'm saying? But I got to be able to say, okay, let me strip all that down and listen to some of the shit I'm saying. So I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah. This is the thing about good music. Like, regardless of the age range, your demo, we know we're not the target audience for what the mainstream hip hop is right now. But if it's good, it'll reach us. If it's good enough, it'll reach us. You know what I'm saying? We'll be, oh, you might hear somewhere be like, oh, that's all right, I like that. So we're not gonna enjoy Lil Baby's whole album, but it may be some joints on there that resonate with us. You know, and that's what I appreciate because we love music, regardless of the era or whatever we can.
Exactly. That's why I say our generation is the greatest. Because we allow ourselves, seriously, we allow ourselves to have that. Nigga, I was listening to Joe Albright early, right? Straight up. Take me where you want to. I'm in the car, right? I'm in the car.
I love that song. I love that song.
You already know. I'm in the car. I listen to that on the way. Okay. I go to get a wrap. I roll an L in the car, I drive back to the crib, and I listen to Brutus by West Side Gun, Conway, and Benny. Yeah. Nigga, this is all in 15 minutes. Right? The ride to the spot, get the rap, roll the L, ride back home. Right? I'm telling you, our generation is the greatest. There are nobody else. If you listen to our kids, because we all got kids that's old enough to listen to music that we listen to, right? For the most part, they don't listen to our shit and they don't listen to the stuff that came out before us unless we introduce it to them. True. Right? I think our generation was great because we grew up in the sampling era. So we got introduced to stuff through hip hop sometime, and then we would go back there, yo, who sung this song? And then we would go back and hear it, and then that would open up a whole nother chamber for us to go down that rabbit hole and listen to that. And I don't know if that's, and I'm not gonna say it's not happening, I just don't hear it as much with the younger generation or the generation that came before us, because the generation that came before us didn't have these tools to go look for the music that we got. Remember me and you used to talk about the digital beat mining. That's like you put me on the internet and other places like that. This is before streaming and all that. We were just looking, going on Google and finding shit. I'm saying that's a great time, by the way. Don't get me wrong. I like streaming because it makes that all easier. Yeah, right. Finding some music that not a lot of people is on, and then it be dope. Like a great, it's like you found the Holy Grail almost. Like, oh shit, I didn't even know. That
still happens now. It's so much good music out there that a lot of people don't know about. That there are artists that I find, and an album may come to me that they released this year, and I'd be like, oh, this person been out for like 10 years putting out music, and I never heard of them. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I become a fan. Like I love that. I love that discovery.
And you listen to that Cleo Soul yet?
Still in this, like it's so much I need to listen to, man.
Yo, listen, my girl put me on the Cleo Soul. Just in the car, like going to the car wash or something. Like, yo, I'm hearing. I'm like, yo, what is? She's like, Cleo Soul, song. So she a hippie and like, Cleo Soul, so nice and that song. I'm like, yo, Cleo Soul.
A lot of good music out there, man.
And man, I wish we had more time to listen to some of the stuff that we got because life, get in the way of sometimes. And I know, like, I like listening to music while I'm working, but I don't really get to receive it like I need to sometimes if I'm listening to it while I'm looking through a 75-page report or something. Like, it's hard for me to get the the lyrics or the intricacies in the beats, whatever. But come the weekend or at night, or especially when I'm playing the game or some shit, like I don't even watch the basketball season over. It's like I don't got nothing to watch during the week. Football's on the weekends. College, it's on the weekends. So during the week is when I get all that.
How often do y'all listen to music like during the day? Like Michele, how often would you say you listen to music? Every day, every other? Like, is it constant? Like, what would you say?
I work in an office, and to keep people from eavesdropping, I play music and close my door. And so then I have all my conversation. That's my like white noise is my music.
Right.
But I can't say that I listen to too much new rap because the kids around me are singing it. And I'm just like, what are you singing? You wish you were dead? Like, why would you wish that? Like, why would you sing that? All my friends are dead. I'm
Suicidal
like,
thoughts. No. You remember that? Suicidal thoughts?
Okay. We didn't listen to that.
I didn't listen to it.
I listened to that.
So I mean, I don't understand. Like,
But not for nothing. When he was talking about when he was talking about all my friends are dead, he was talking about money.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I was like, all your friends are dead. I was like,
I was just like you.
I was like, turn that on.
I was just like you.
I was just like you. So somebody told me, like, he's talking about money, right? And I was like, oh.
Okay. No.
And I gave him a little more credit when I heard that because I was like, oh, okay.
That's creative, right?
That's creative.
I like Lil Uzi, man.
My friends are dead.
He don't care.
Like, yeah, he don't care. Exactly. I
ain't throw them things.
Exactly. And I'm not a Lil Uzi fan at all. I'm more of a fan of him as the person than his music. I think he's hilarious. I saw the same thing you saw, the boxing doing hands on dude. I'm like,
in Philly, in the street.
Run up on Lil Uzi if you want, think it's sweet. He'll put trademarks around your eye, nigga, and then walk away with a purse. Like, how you gonna win with that? You let the nigga with the purse black your eye? You know what I'm saying? That ain't never good. But I'm like, that's why I rock with Uzi. Uzi, he'll let you know, like, look, I will beat your ass. Call me something crazy you want to, I'll beat your ass in.
And he's a mega star.
Listen, huge. I had no idea. That nigga was the star. I think we had the same conversation about Travis Scott one time. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
And this is when he had when we had the McDonald's deal last time. Like, yo, I knew he was big.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know he was like that nigga's a superstar. Yo.
And he came and just plain rapping.
He's a superstar. And like, I might know one of his songs. That's how I knew as an old nigga. I'm like, it's just not for me. You know what I'm saying? And I don't begrudge him that because that motherfucker's like I said, he's a superstar. And
he got a connection to Primo somehow. I remember Primo's talking like they both from Houston. Yeah, and like their families know each other, something like that. He got a connection to Primo, something like that. It's crazy.
But like, I don't think that he's a great rapper or nothing like that. He's just a great entertainer. Make good music.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I wouldn't like if I was naming MCs out right now. It would take me a long time before I thought about Travis Scott.
Oh yeah,
but I don't consider him a rapper no more.
What would you consider him?
Right,
I don't know.
Entertainer,
just an artist. I don't think he just rap. Like he doesn't do just straight rap. He doesn't sing. Like I don't know what he does.
Before we go any further, I'm asking you for you heard what I said merch for a while, right? I just noticed you heard what I said t-shirt.
I was playing with some things and I'd see how it worked.
Let's get back to Travis Scott. Talk about that later.
The disrespect.
The disrespect.
The
Thank you,
disrespect.
John Pierre.
Man.
Thank you.
I ain't even noticed
That's why I
that
just want
shit.
to put that out there.
Oh,
Anyway,
man.
but yeah, I had no idea Travis Scott was that dude, son.
Yeah.
And I even when he put out the sneakers, remember he had a couple pair of Jordans out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I was like, I understand, but I still wasn't understanding because like he not from my era and I wasn't getting it. It wasn't until he put out the McDonald's shit and I'm talking to y'all, and I might have put it on the main thread. I was like, so this nigga Travis Scott a star for real, right? Y'all was like, nigga, that nigga's a superstar. And I'm did my research and I'm like, oh, okay, that's why Shorty's fucking with him. All this other shit. I'm like, oh, okay. It was like, yeah, the $14 million crib here. He doing all right. I had no idea.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Crazy.
And but I'm happy to see young guys getting it, and you don't hear too many bad things about him. It seems like he's gonna keep his money for a while. So shout out to Travis Scott. I don't like your Jordans, but shout out.
I need anybody out there. I need
the sky blue
size
joint.
12.
Right? The sky blue joint.
Yes, low top and high top, please.
Listen, I like the sky blue joints. It's the ones. I think he did some joints with Off-White.
No.
You
You're talking about the brown ones.
No, yeah, I don't like those. The sky blue joints, flames though. The sky blue joints is flames.
How much they run now?
Resale?
$2,000 maybe.
Yeah, close to two for the low. Yeah,
crazy.
That's a conversation we need to have though. I would get tired of people saying, "Oh, you spent so much on." No, if you buy retail, it's a different price.
Yeah, definitely.
That's not what the artist is selling it to the kids for.
Yeah,
Travis is selling kids $2,000 sneakers.
Right.
He's selling them for two. He's selling for $200 like Nike do.
Yeezy.
Yeah.
He's not selling kids $400 slides. He's selling them to you for $60, and they're marking them up to $400. It's totally different.
So you just heard the chick from the Nike executive, and her son.
Yeah,
was a reseller.
Yeah, he was buying it from the Nike store.
Yeah,
with her discount and her credit card.
Wow.
First, and he knew when they was coming out, so he had the one up on like size 9, 10s, 11s that can't nobody find. See,
Yeah.
So. And y'all know I've been looking for them damn Jordan 4s for how long? I've been talking about it. Right? I can't do shit for under $400.
Latif is an idiot.
I can't relate to shoes and that type of thing, but I can just tell you that's how I was with COVID. I went to the store and I said, have all y'all employees bought the bleach? Because there's no bleach. She was like, girl, we get the bleach off the truck. I was like, damn. I ain't stand a chance. Y'all got all the shit before we even see it on the show. They put that shit to the side, hooked their family up. Everybody got bleach. If your family work at Walmart, they work at Dollar General.
It was a 6-month period out here where a Lysol was nervous. Like for 6 months.
Yo.
6 months, we couldn't find no Lysol. And then when it came out, the shit was like $12. I was like,
and there's behind the counter like cigarettes.
Right.
They was taking it from the warehouse, putting pictures on Instagram, talking about I got Lysol for $25. You're like, what?
It was crazy. I remember when there's no hand sanitizer or nothing like that.
Right.
I was about to go make it myself. I went to go buy some aloe vera gel.
Remember people was making hand sanitizer, remember?
That's right, yeah.
Making that shit in the crib, in the projects. I'm like, hold up. Y'all tried to get me on the shea butter. I told y'all I'm not, right? You know I'm not going for the hand sanitizer if I didn't go for the shea butter. No.
Crazy. It's crazy.
Oh, really yeah. Crazy. My son talk about, I want these sneakers. I said, better go get a job. I don't know what you're going to do.
I've had a steady job.
That cost that much.
I've had a steady job since I was 14 years old, right? I've always had a job. And the reason why is because I hated asking my mom for stuff because I didn't want her to tell me no. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to make sure that either I had something to contribute to it or I can pay for it myself.
Right.
so once when you're young, you get your working papers. Remember those?
Mhm.
I don't know if they still got those anymore, but
But you get your typewriter out, you get to change the dates.
You get your working papers when you're 13, and you're allowed to go work at McDonald's and fast food and stuff like that.
Mhm.
The first job I had was McDonald's. No, it was McDonald's on.
Springfield Ave.
It was McDonald's. It was a McDonald's in Vailsburg. I'm just trying to remember
18th Ave is the only one in Vailsburg.
18th Ave.
Yeah.
18th Ave. So that was the first job I ever had, right? And I got fired because I went to my family reunion, right? And they told me I couldn't go, and I'm like 14. I'm like, I'm not. And I used to go to my family reunion every year. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, yo, I told y'all niggas 3 months ago I was going when I got the job. So you tell me I can't go right now? I'll see y'all later. I thought that was a important thing. But I couldn't think about not having my own money. And my mom didn't make enough money for her to be giving me money like that. If that was the case, then I might not have worked. You know what I'm saying? But I have no problem working. So I worked for them. I worked for AT&T. I worked for this dude that he owned a bunch of office buildings. His name was Ted Soilers. And he would pay me to clean up and do the landscaping around the office building and shit. I remember those jobs early on. That's why I never, when I hear people, especially dads, right? And I hear them go through shit when it comes to they BMs and all that, or they, I can't find a job. I'm like, look.
You don't want
exactly. I know people that did anything, right? I worked in a bleach factory where I used to come home and the hairs of my nose would be blonde. And my mom used to laugh at me. My mom and my youngest daughter used to laugh at me because the nose, I said, inhale the bleach. It's powdered bleach. I said, pack the bleach in these plastic bags and then put them in a cardboard, little box. And we put them and stack them up in boxes. And then somebody would come in a big ass truck and take them at the end of the day, right? That's why I'm humble as a motherfucker. I've done everything I had to do. I cleaned up at a construction site. And anybody who worked construction ever knows how nasty them niggas are. And the nastiest motherfuckers on the planet. You know what I'm saying? They piss all over the place, leave their bottles all over the place, trash, everything. I cleaned up all that shit. Exactly. I did all that shit. That's why I can't hear. I don't have empathy for nobody who going through that BM drama because they not paying for their kids and all that shit. Nah. I did everything. Sold drugs and all that. You know what I'm saying? I did everything to make sure that my kid was taken care of. My kids ain't never had to worry about nothing, ever.
But then that also tainted them because my son's 16, never had a job, doesn't have any savings. All his savings is my money saved. Okay. And I try to explain, you do understand that you saving my money. Thank you. So now it's time, you 16, to get the hell out of here and apply. He said, Mom, how do I apply? I was like, oh my God. You can build a computer program using coding and some coding app, but you don't know how to fucking scroll to the bottom of the page where that shit say careers, where it say apply, where it say job.
Do you get paid for that? He know about the shit you get the check for. And that's all. He know you get paid for coding. If I need help with the application, I know my mom, the vice principal, is here to help me out.
No, I said when I grew up, I said I had to go to the mall and I had to have a comfortable outfit on because I was going to be there all day. I had to fill out every paper application. I had to ask to speak to the manager. I had to ask them are they hiring. I had to have a little impromptu interview. Then I had to come back and catch 2 buses to get there. I was like, all you got to do is go online and fill the shit out. And you can't do that. You need instructions on how to do that. I said, but nobody got to instruct you on how to spend my money on fucking Fortnite, and buy a $500 PlayStation card so you can give my shit away to play some game. I'm so confused about and so, yeah, I understand, but they don't have it. These kids, we worked hard to get to a place where they don't have to. But then they've done just the exact opposite and turned into sissies and suckers, and they don't know how to take care of themselves.
We're not talking about
We
your
have to
children
take care
like
of
that.
ourselves. And now you got men out here like Drake.
They're not suckers. They're not suckers. They're not suckers.
They suckers.
It's our job. It's our job to make sure our children live better lives than us. And Nas said you're a success when your kids' lives are better than yours. There's not a person on this panel right now who kid life ain't better than how theirs was.
But we can't make our kids think that they are privileged to the extent that the majority of Americans, Caucasian Americans, are privileged, because they're not. They still have to deal with adversity. They still have to learn financial literacy. There's things that they don't know that we had to learn the hard way. We had to mess up our credit, file for bankruptcy, and get our shit back. You know what I'm saying? And now we done figured it out. So now we in the 800s. But it took us 30 years to figure this shit out. You know what I'm saying? So you in a better position.
That's our job.
You got more money.
That's our job to make sure they don't go through the same thing.
It is, but I think some of us, maybe not
balance,
maybe me, but my son, he's confused. He's confused about that 60 inch on his wall.
He's spoiled.
Confused about all the games he has and the stations and the Jordans. He made a whole display of different sneakers that he has. I said, add that up.
Live, King.
Add that up.
Live, King. Yo, look. There's not a person on here that don't have a kid that they look at and be like, yo, you know how easy you got it, yo? Like, everybody can look at one of their kids and be like, you really chilling right now.
They're gonna have to make deposits.
And it's because of what me and your mom do.
I want a refund.
That's our job. No. The refund is your child's success. And your kids are going to be successful. And that's
they have no
payback.
Choice. They have no choice.
Exactly. And that's your payback for what you
No, I want cash money. I don't want a thank you. I don't want a card. I don't want a party. I want my money.
I need a gift card.
Okay.
Gift card.
Get you a job. Become somebody and start paying me like you pay them student loans. Okay. Give me my money back.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Our kids, we joke about our kids and the privilege that they have, but we also have worked hard to make sure that their lives are at least a little bit easier than ours was coming up. And we shouldn't apologize for that.
Not at all.
And our kids shouldn't apologize for that, because that's what we're here for. We're here to make sure that their lives are easier.
I control these reparations. I control these reparations. Okay, you gonna give me my reparations?
Yes, your kids. Yeah, and you have boys, so you know they're gonna read.
I have 3 boys, and one of y'all, if not all of y'all, gonna give me some of my money back.
And you're gonna get that one day. Right. You're gonna get that one day. Not today. But you're gonna get that one day. When they get older,
they have no choice. Oh, I'm gonna be living with them. I'm gonna take turns living with each one 3 months at a time, 4 months at a time. It's like my mother won't leave. She coming to get her 4 months worth of mortgage.
If you'd had girls, that would have been an issue. I got 2 girls, and my 2 girls are the oldest out of my kids. I know that if dad need a place to stay when he get decrepit, then one of them take me in.
One of them will take you in. Yeah.
My son, though? I don't know about that dude. You know what I'm saying? My son is a mama's boy. He love his mother because he looked just like her. So, she treat him different, even though she try to deny it. Yes, I said it. I know you're going to look at this. Yeah, you treat him different than you treat my baby Kai, and it's wrong. All right? Anyway, and she knows she do. And I'm not going to lie like I don't. That's my only boy. And he the youngest. So he get,
spoiled as hell.
Yeah, he's Case was spoiled at 2 months. True story. He's spoiled at 2 months. And I told her, I was like, yo, it's your fault Okay, it's your fault. You know he's not supposed to be like this, but you spoiled him, and now we got to deal with this shit for 18 years because he ain't gonna change. He the only boy.
Now, do you be listening to Drake and them when you in the car with him?
I asked that question. I want to talk about that.
That's why I wanted to revisit it because we got off topic talking about the kids, and so I thought that would bring it back.
My daughter, who is I have a 32-year-old daughter. Mm-hmm. My daughter don't listen to the coke rap that I listen to, right? But but she listened to like the native tongues. You know what I'm saying? Tribe Called Quest, De La Soul. You know what I'm saying? Queen Latifah, Moni Love. Mm-hmm. She's also a big Kid Cudi fan. You know what I'm saying? Like her musical takes some more of that bohemian type, you know what I'm saying, type of thing. You know, all that, all the shooting and killing, all that. Nick ain't listen to that shit. You know what I'm saying? I didn't play that around her when she was growing up. It wasn't as prevalent like that when she was growing up either. You know, Nick was born in '89, so she grew up in the '90s. So at that particular time, it was a lot of different music for her to listen to, and I didn't have to give her, you know, it wasn't too much coke rap in the '90s. You know what I'm saying? You know, it was, you know, Jay Nas did a couple other ones, but it wasn't. She didn't listen to none of that. So her taste for music is a lot more smoothed out than mine.
Well, I have to stop the kids from saying "wop." They got that "wop." I said, "Who got the wop?" I said, "You better be quiet with that. Your mother know you talking like that. You know what WAP is?" They were like, "Yeah, I know." I'm like, "Oh no. Please don't say it. Please don't say it." And we listen to it. But what type of influence will that have in the future on these upcoming generations? You know, listening to that type of music. I mean, I don't.
Me and Latif had a conversation earlier briefly, and he was saying how he felt. And I agree with him on this. Like, even if you listen to something like we talk about verses a lot on here because there's a lot of the artists from our era that are featured on verses. And some of the music you have on there is like, it kind of make you cringe sometimes when you hear something like, wow, he was really rocking to this. And that probably isn't okay right now. You know what I'm saying? We're just different people. Yeah, exactly. We're just different people right now. And one thing I wanted to ask all of you guys, because you have kids who are of age to listen to some of the music that you listen to. Like, do you shield them from some of the wild shit, or do you allow them to listen to it and you just talk to them about it if they listen to it? Because especially you and Noah, son, because you know Noah's 18. You know, he's a guy. He listens to different music. He listens to a lot of the same music that we listen to. You know what I'm saying? Because you introduced him to some of that music, right? Yeah. But does he listen to like the Griseldas, or does he focus his music on, or focus his taste on the music of his time? You know what I'm saying? I know he listened to it, but
he knows different because, like, I sent y'all his playlist before. I think, like, he listened to Starships, like he listened to Ozzy Brothers, like he's a huge R&B dude, 90s, 80s R&B, and then he'll listen to Jay, and then it's his era rap,
right,
and then it's the new stuff. So like he's all over the place.
Right.
He like Conway, listen to here and there, but like he'll tell you Drake is the best.
Right. He probably can't. Not that he don't understand the skill of it, but he probably can't relate to a nigga like Conway.
No, but he's heavy into battle rap. He'll watch YouTube battle rap more than he'll listen to music.
Wow. Okay.
I ain't gonna lie. I might be like him. Yo, I love. Listen.
I know you do.
You know I love battle rap.
Yeah, I know.
I love battle rap because I like the fact that I got it. My 16 or 3 of these 16s got to be devoted just to you. I gotta write it just to beat you. And I gotta put everything about you in this to make sure I beat you. I think there's a lot more skill that comes with that than they get credit for. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not into it like that because I need the music.
I get that part.
I tell them all the time. They nice, but they can't make a song.
Right, but that's a different thing altogether, though.
Sue,
that's a different thing altogether, though.
Not.
The battle rap is just it's not. maybe they're not supposed to be making songs. Maybe they want to, but
Facts.
this is an art
They all
form
want to.
within
They all
itself.
got into rap.
I know,
to rap.
right? But this is an art form within itself. It's just
It's become that.
thing.
Yeah.
Thank
It's
you,
become
John.
a different thing.
That's
like,
no.
It's like
10 years
poetry.
ago-
It's really like poetry.
It is poetry.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
What
Like Loaded
John
Lux
said-
got one of the best flex freestyles I think ever.
Yeah. No, but listen, Lux, DNA got a crazy flex freestyle. A lot of them battle rappers can make freestyle, but like you said earlier, the music, especially they're making mainstream music, ain't always their best forte.
Not even mainstream music that I want to just appealing to my ears. Just
But I'm talking about other than just you. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like they want to, like you said, they got into to rap for, I'm sure, more than just the battle rappers to hear it. But it's just the way they craft their stuff. It's a lot different. You know what I'm saying? There's some battle rappers that I think are better than some rappers who are, if you put them in that.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But they can't do what, like, for example, as great as Surf is, and I think he's great. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he makes songs as good as maybe like the Migos.
No, but our battle rap, to me, he's the best one making real music.
Oh, absolutely.
Like no was listening to his album Weezy and the Bahamas, the one he just put out.
Absolutely.
He got joined with Benny. That was crazy. I was like,
yeah, absolutely. But Surf at this point, he don't even take. Let me take it back because he got a big one coming up with John and Don, but he don't take that as serious as he used to. 5 years ago, Surf, killer. 2021 Surf, he hanging around celebrities, putting out music. He got, dudes, he got real dudes on his, on his album. Or that. He moving a little differently right now. You know what I'm saying? Battle rappers is different. Like, it's the best battle rappers probably like Murder Mook don't make no songs. Loaded Lux can't make songs.
Yeah, his album's trash.
Exactly.
Battle rap I watch is on the MTV Awards where they do the little breaks.
The ciphers.
Yeah.
Listen, that
was a good exposure for them.
Exactly. This one thing I say about rap and lyrics, right? As much as the mainstream rap is the more important, and they always say, no, nobody care about that no more. The most popular segment of the BET Hip Hop Awards was the ciphers.
Yep.
Was unquestioned. Nobody cared about the performances. Nobody cared about
which they never did right. Supposed to change the beat for every rapper. Why they all rapping to the same thing?
Nah, I don't agree.
Yeah, I thought it was the same beat.
I don't agree with that.
Because in that way, you freak the same beat.
It's three of us rapping on this beat.
Yeah.
You got to do better than me.
You got to do better.
No, but that's not what it is. If we go up to a radio, like if it's a freestyle, we go up to a radio session. You changing the beat. Change that up.
No. Listen, the greatest freestyle sessions that we've heard over the past 20 years. Think about the State Properties freestyle session up on Hot 97.
They rhymed over 20 beats.
But everybody rhymed over the same beat before they changed it. It wasn't like Beanie rhymed.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It wasn't like Beanie rhymed over something, then Oskino rhymed over a different beat, and then whoever the other nigga rhymed over a different beat. They all rhymed over the same beats, and then Flex said, okay, I'm gonna change the beat. But they all rhymed over the same beats at first. You know what I'm saying? And then he changed the beats, the same 3 or 4 dudes rhymed over those beats. He changed the beat again, the same 3 or 5 dudes rhymed over that particular beat. But they let you know, and that's why we love the freestyle. All them dudes, it's dudes, I don't got no Oskino records in my title playlist. None of them. I don't got none of them niggas in my playlist. But that particular freestyle, I do have saved. And I play all the time because it was outstanding. You know what I'm saying? And they showed that we can rhyme over anything. All of us can rhyme over anything. It don't matter if it's a West Coast beat, it don't matter if it's an East Coast beat, it don't matter whatever. We Philly niggas and we can rhyme over anything. That's why those freestyles are the best. Same thing with the J freestyle when he goes, when he talk about Koch Records. It's something I might buy Koch. I'm trying to remember the beat that he rhymed over, but that's what I look at when I look at MCs. I should be able to put any break beat on, and you should be able to give me 16 fire bars over this particular record. If you cannot do that, I cannot put you amongst the elite MCs. I don't care when you came in. I don't care what era you came in, or none of that. Every era we ever been involved in, as long as we've been listening to hip hop, there's been the best MCs that I'm gonna put this on, and you're gonna do something over this, and it's gonna be good. Everybody that we consider the best has been able to do that. If you can't do that, I, Dwight Elmore, can't consider you one of the best. I don't put that on anybody else to make their distinction of it and how they do it. I say I should be able to put anything on. If you can give me a hot 16 over it, then you are not one of the best MCs. You may be a good rapper, but you are not one of the best MCs.
I respect that. That's legit.
Yeah.
Legit. Well, I mean, we appreciate that soliloquy, Dwight, as always.
It's the vino, B. Look,
we look,
I be trying to chill. And you know, like
you be trying to what?
I'm trying to chill.
What was that word you said?
look. I be trying to chill, but y'all know I like to talk, especially when we talk about the topics that we talk about.
Yes,
and
we're very passionate.
I'm very passionate.
I know.
Not only that, but I'm talking about it with guys that I love to talk about this shit, whether we on camera or where we not. We do this when we.
Oh, you're right.
You know what I mean?
Thank you, guys.
Exactly.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah. So it's like when I get a chance to do it on camera, it's almost like it's just a continuation.
Oh yeah.
Of the conversation that we had 2 years ago, 15 minutes,
right.
or 15 minutes ago. This is something that we've always, that's one thing I like about our topics. It's something that we already had 5 or 6 conversations about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But because of the new shit coming out, there's always something else that we can add on to it. You know what I mean? And I know that when I talk to you guys about music, that I'm not talking to somebody who got a closed mind or something like that. I'm talking to somebody who can give me a great.
So listen,
where they come from.
Listen, before we get out of here, this just popped in my head. So we got great. So we got Nas, we got Drake, we got Kanye, we got J. Cole, which I think is the best. J. Cole's better than all their albums, personally to me. J. Cole's album,
last album,
yes, it's better than Nas, better than Drake and Kanye.
I can give you that.
Will we get Kendrick before the year is out?
Yes.
What do you think?
Yeah, I think so. Before the year's out, yeah.
Before the year's out.
Fourth quarter, yeah.
We got 3 months.
Maybe the last quarter.
You like Kendrick, Michelle?
I like Kendrick Lamar. I like J. Cole.
Okay.
One thing I like about Kendrick Lamar, one thing I love about Kendrick Lamar, he don't shy away from the competition.
No, he don't.
He actually embraces the competition. He wants the competition, which is one thing that I want. It's like we at a point right now where you could have a competition with Drake or anybody else that's out here, or J. Cole, any of the new dudes out here, and it don't matter. It don't matter who win or lose. We just want to see the best out of these dudes, and I think competition brings the best out of these dudes. Even somebody like Drake, who I don't think embraces the competition. I don't think he shies away from it.
He don't shy away from it.
He don't.
Yeah, I don't think he shies away from it.
He don't.
But he don't.
No.
He's different from a Pusha or a Kendrick or somebody who
he's different.
Out, like you just said, they seek out like, oh, you think you nice? I think I'm nice too.
He seeked out on 7 p.m. on this joint.
Like I said, I don't want to.
Drake ain't gonna start a fight. He ain't gonna start a fight.
I don't want to hear that subliminal shit.
Right.
I don't want to hear none of that. I don't have no respect for subliminal shit. Tell niggas, yo, I'm the best. This is why I'm the best. And I'm willing and able and ready to show you why I'm the best. It ain't no beef.
He says that.
I don't like you.
He says that.
Yeah. Drake says that a lot.
He said
says
I've
that
been
a
on
lot.
top and I ain't seen you here. Will you?
But you know that's not true.
To who?
He can't say that to Kendrick.
I got more slaps than the Beatles.
He can't. Look.
Listen.
Okay, look.
Listen, we about
I'm not
to
talking
start.
about-
We
I'm
about
not
to go
talking
another
about
30
billboards.
minutes. We ain't about to do this. We ain't about to do this.
I'm
Jay
not
said
talking
men
about
lie, women lie,
billboards.
numbers
I'm
don't.
not talking about that.
Men
I'm
lie,
talking
women
about-
lie, numbers don't.
I'm talking. Look,
Right, but then you're making it a popularity contest, which
Exactly.
is
I'm
what
saying,
I
but I'm
said
talking
earlier.
about the album.
It's
I'm
about
talking about the best
popularity
ever
in
just said.
numbers.
I'm talking about
And
pound
Drake
The
for
best
was
ever
pound,
said
talking
that.
about content and lyrics.
pound for
then he would
pound,
not.
bar for bar, pound for pound, bar for bar. I don't want to hear none of that. I got this many shit of the Beatles. No, nigga. When all I know, and look,
Jay say the same shit.
no, I don't want to hear that shit. Because when anybody say something crazy to Jay, he addressed that immediately. Immediately. Your man,
Jay's the king of subliminals.
your man,
Jay's the king of subliminals.
your man shied
Who is he
away.
talking to on Love War?
Your man
Let's
shied
go,
away from
30
the
minutes.
contact on more than one occasion. He shied away from the contact when Kendrick called him out. He shied away from the contact when Pusha called him out. Not for nothing, he shied away from the contact when Murder Mook shouted him out on a BET award.
I would never address Murder Mook.
Okay, look.
Here's Jay.
Who the fuck are you?
The other,
Go
You
talk
can't say
acapella
it.
to somebody, nigga.
you can't say that about the other dudes, though. You can say that about Murder Mook.
He can say that about
You can
Push.
say that about the other dudes.
He can say that about Push.
No, he can't. You know why
Yeah,
he
he
can say
can.
that? Because he can't rap better than him. That's
he do.
why he can say it. No, he
Yeah, he
can't.
do.
No,
Yeah,
he
he
can't.
can.
No, he
Yeah, he
can't.
can.
No, he can't.
Yeah, he
No,
can.
he cannot.
Yeah, he can.
He make better songs than Pusha. He not a better
Better songs,
rapper,
better
though.
contact, and he raps better.
No, he not.
I love Push.
He
I
not.
love Push.
He not. He not.
I love Push.
I don't care what you say. Fuck
know.
you in your sneaker boxes. I don't care.
And on that note,
On that
we gonna call it a night. I like your
You're
sneaker
not
boxes,
better.
by the way. I like your sneaker boxes, Latif, by the way. They look
I
very
like your sneaker boxes too.
Yes,
I mean,
look very Drake-ish.
yo, listen. I got sneakers under my bed right now, right? In the boxes, in the regular boxes that I have to transfer to the sneaker boxes, right? And I need to get 3 more pair of sneakers to fill up the 12 sneaker box thing. So until I get the other 3, those sneaker boxes are gonna stay in their original packaging underneath my bed. When that changes, right? Which should be maybe 2 weeks, because they got a sale coming up. I'll be able to take ownership of the lower part of my bed over. Right now, my daughter has it, and she has shit in there, so I don't really have any say about what goes on in that particular area. Once I get my sneakers, though,
okay.
and me and her had a conversation, and if
All
she's
right.
okay with it, I
Okay.
will
The
laugh.
baby's okay with it?
Yeah.
You said-
No, yeah, if she's okay
Your
with it.
daughter's okay
Yeah,
with
she's
what her daddy want to do.
If she, and look,
Okay.
anybody with a daughter understands. You and Latif don't understand. Jean-Pierre understands. Yo, look.
I don't
them
understand
girls-
where this came from.
Them girls is different.
What are you talking about?
It
I'm
started
trying to end the show. I'm trying to end the show. And you keep bringing up old shit. Anyway,
Cabernet.
listen, Michele, we appreciate you for joining us. You know
Love
what I'm
you,
saying?
girl.
Yeah, definitely. We gotta have you back
Yes.
on again for real.
Gotta bring me back.
Yes, we
Yeah,
will.
sure.
We will. Anyway, y'all, until next time, we're going to get out of here. But like always, we need y'all to like, share, subscribe. Y'all are our village, and we love y'all. So until next time, y'all, peace.
Peace.
Man. That was a good app.